Good afternoon. Just got done with church. I went ahead and led church this morning, opened church. I can talk to this camera and I can talk to people one-on-one, but man, I tell you, stand me up in front of a group, woof. Knees are knocking and slight hyperventilation, I think. Anyway, it turned out good. It's about God's will and God's will for our life. Micah 6:8 and 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18, if you're interested. Anyway, do you hear all these woody woodpeckers? They're literally all around me. I don't know what they're pecking at, but I hope it's none of the stuff that I own. There it is. Woody woodpecker. Anyway, so we are going off. We have been feeding now our chickens this new fly larvae, dried fly larvae that we got sent to us. And we've been trying it out to see what our chickens think of it and if it's some good stuff. And it kind of cracks me up because my chickens remind me of my kids. When I put it down, I have some like grain and peas and stuff that on my last Azure Standard order, one of the bags, or a couple of the bags actually got ripped. And so the truck driver just swept it all up, put it in a little bucket and said, hey, anybody have animals? And I was like, I do. And so I brought it home. So, but it's the same color as their normal chicken feed. So I put that in a little dish for them. And then I put the fly larvae in a dish for them. And I put it side by side. And of course, the chickens went right for the grains because it was familiar to them. They were like, we ain't trying that. I ain't gonna try it. Until one of the chickens finally tried it. And then by the end of the little round of them eating, they were done with the grains. They were off eating the fly larvae. And they were loving it. 4 out of 5 chickens prefer. But the people are so nice. It's a small business, and I'll tell you more about that later. Anyway, so I'm going to go feed them again, give them their treats. I'm going to give them some more of this grain, get it used up, and then I'm going to give them some of their protein, the fly stuff, and I have a feeling they're going to be very happy with me because they love it. And yesterday, all 5 of them were eating it and almost fighting over it. So, and why? Why would they eat that? Well, apparently it helps with their nutrition. It's a protein and it's helps with their eggs, the hardness of their shell, with their feathers, all sorts of stuff. We'll talk more about that too. But let's go check the chickens. There they are. Hi there, ladies. How are you? So we are going to transition now from winter water to spring and summer water, which means we're going back to this bucket right here. It holds 5 gallons of water at a time and just makes it a lot easier. And because it has a lid on it, they don't poop on it and it stays cleaner longer. Look at them. They're like, where's my fly larvae? No, girls. Get back in there. Get back in there. Everybody in. Everybody in. This is gross. Oh, it froze last night. How did that happen? Here's this, and here's this. Can we see this? All right. Here's their grains. Here's their grubs. GrubTerra. Just knock that over. Just spill that anywhere. Hey, guys. Oh, my goodness. You guys just spilled it all over the ground. You guys are fighting over it. What's up? Okay, so while they're eating, I'm going to tell you about this. So this is called GrubTerra Black Fly Larvae. And it's not just for chickens. It can reptiles, fish, and birds. It produces stronger eggshells. It keeps feathers healthier. This is farm raised and it has 75% calcium than mealworms. So they're environmentally friendly. They are literally just black soldier fly larvae. There's nothing else in here. It's just a bag of dried larvae. So 34% protein, 32% fat. It did not take long for them to figure it out. If I'd gone in and checked for their eggs while they were doing this, they would have been out of my way. Dang it, I should have done that. What do you keep your food in? I I love my little metal trash can, but I wish I had about 5 more of them. But for what they are, they're pretty expensive. So we came up with a use for the door that we took off to put in the electric door, the solar door. We're going to put this here for an egg retrieval. Oh, maybe I haven't showed you my door yet. Oh, these girls are pooping a lot. I need to, it's about time to go in here and clean it out and start fresh. Holy moly. Would you looky there? Really hard doing one-handed. Is that it? 4? Any other spots? Where are some of the places that your chickens like to lay? Mine build a nest there, and they build a nest right here by the door, and they prefer this inner box. I don't know if it's darker or what, but they sure do. Ooh, I forgot to bring egg carton. Now they're picking at the grain. Or maybe they're just still picking grubs out of there. Big thank you, seriously, to GrubTerra. I think that was a really awesome gift. And as a small content creator, I was so thrilled that they reached out in such a positive way and telling me how much they enjoy my channel and my content, which of course, you know, you want to hear that all the time. And they were just so sweet and just so direct and like, hey, we'd love to have your honest review. Well, I'm not eating the things, but the chickens are, and I think they gave you a pretty good review. So looking pretty good. I'd say it's a good thing. Now, as for the production and the strength of the eggshells, we'll see how that turns out. But I mean, our human lives, we thrive on protein. Why wouldn't they? Have to take these eggs out. These sheep and cow are just not trustworthy for eggs. Hello, no, Jeff. Oh dear, we're gonna have shav sheep calves. Sure wish the price of cows would go down. Hey, you. Sure wish the price of cows would go down so we could get Jeff some girlfriends. What is going on with these mice? That's disgusting. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna dump your water. Ugh. Get down. Oh, I think Papa had a board or something, didn't he? Okay, hold on. Getting some water out of there. Okay, now let me show you how ill-mannered these guys are. Okay, mind your manners, guys. Manners. Manners. Oh. Everybody behave. Hey. Jeff, get you a bigger feed bin, huh, Jeff? Your face is getting too big. Same with you, girly. Jeff. Fantastic. I'm just breaking things left and right. I need to start getting metal things. Here is their hay. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I shared at church this morning about God's will as we finish up this morning chores and switch over from winter to spring chores. So today, this morning, I talked about Micah 6:8. I also talked about 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. So let's start with Micah. It says that he has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. I love how clear this is. God isn't hiding his will from us, and it's not a puzzle that we have to figure out. He says, here's what I want. Live justly, love mercy, walk humbly with me. It's about how we treat people and how we stay close to him. Justice is doing us right. Mercy is showing kindness, even when it's not deserved. Humility, keeping our hearts open to God's lead and not our own agendas. That's God's will for us, right there. Then in 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18, Paul writes, rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks for all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Again, it's so straightforward. God's will isn't about just big decisions like where to live or what job to take. It's about how we live our life every single day. Rejoice always, even when it's hard. Pray continually. Stay connected to God. Give thanks in all circumstances, not just the good ones, but even in the messy stuff, because he's still with us. These verses fit together like a roadmap for our hearts. Micah tells us what to do, act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly. Thessalonians shows us how to do it, with joy, prayer, and gratitude. Together, they paint a picture of a life that's not about chasing our own plans, but about aligning with God's heart. Now, isn't that freeing? We don't have to overcomplicate it. God's will isn't a mystery, it's a way of being. So as we head into each day, remember these things. Remember, are we treating people with justice and mercy? Are we walking humbly with God? Am I choosing joy, prayer, and thanks, even when life feels heavy? God bless you and have a wonderful week.